That's good. Look, a bunch of locals are having a well-spaced party on the common. They're probably all spaced out, got their own drinks. What a brilliant idea. Pubs should start doing it. That was amazing. By the time I left, there must have been 100 people there, all evenly spaced out between families. Yeah, it would have been lovely if I had a little beer tent in the corner, wouldn't it? But yeah, they're all spaced out, and I just mingled with a few of the people, showing them my spearhead. And I reckon, you know, in time, I didn't actually say, could I have any permissions? I didn't do that. But all I did was do a bit of mingling. That's all you got to do, is get your face about, get to know people, and before you know it, someone will say, "Oi, you're the chap that does the metal detecting, aren't you?" And you'll have one permission, and then they will just mushroom all over the place. That's how you got to do it. That's how you get permissions. A lovely house on the top of the hill. Let's see how good this zoom is. See if I can see someone in the upstairs bedroom window. It's just do a focus. What you do to do a focus is you just lightly press the camera button and it automatically focuses. Right, and zoom in a bit more. I reckon we could see in there. If there was someone standing in that window, I reckon we'd see him. What do you reckon? Look at the heat wobble, that is a long way off. Right, I'll zoom out just to show you. Now that's what you call a zoom. Oh, it's a beautiful spot. Look, look. That field would be lovely to get in there with detected. In fact, all these fields. Fields as far as the eye can see. And soon I'll have permissions on all of them. You've just got to find the local pub and get to know the villagers one by one. And before you know it, the permissions will start flooding in. There's a nice bunch of red campion right next to a spectacular looking house. Oh, that's a nice little pad. There's a nice spot to have a beer later. I thought I'd come down to the Ingleston Common to see if I could find that spotted orchid I found the other day, to see if it's starting to flower. Because that was a week or so ago. Now it was over by these cowslips and they're still just about visible. Right, so I've got to keep my eyes peeled for leaves with spots. It was here somewhere. Oh, there she blows. No, it's still not flowering yet. Oh, saying that, there could be a flower bud head coming up. Right down in the middle there. Look, see, there's something look like a little lump coming up maybe. So it could be flowering in, I reckon, in a couple of weeks. Oh, just the one though. Let's see if I can spot any more. You'd expect to get at least a few plants next to each other because they seed, don't they? And orchid seeds are very, very fine. It's like dust. No, just the one. Right, I'm trying to remember where it was. I can see a bit of a path. Maybe an old animal path. Yeah. Can't see any other ones. I reckon I have to go a bit of a walk around this little area and see if I can find some more. There's got to be like a little patch somewhere. Saying that, just as I turn the camera off, there's one there, look. See the spots. Yeah. So there's got to be quite a few here. Anyway, I found a lovely looking spot to have a nice cold beer. Oh, I just spotted a very small little flower. Where's it gone? There it is. Now there are plants on this common that are parasites. And what they do, and I think this might be, I'm not sure. It looks pea-like. So it could be the actual plant. What it does is a parasite, and it's got a little tap root, and it sticks the root into other roots around it and feeds off of the plant itself. And I'm pretty sure it's got little flowers like that and looks a bit like this. But yeah, a parasite. Oh, there's another beautiful looking plant. Tiny flower. Gorgeous. Oh, what a beautiful spot. Oh, it's been really nice today. I've got a beer today. I've got Timothy Taylor's Landlord. It's one of my, I like this beer. Especially when it's on draft in the pubs. It's a really nice one. Oh, probably going to froth all over the place. Right, where's my bottle opener? There it is. Right, get ready for it to explode like champagne. Oh, wrong way. Oh, not a very good bottle opener, this. Ah, right. Where's that gone? Ah. Not really litter in the countryside, do we? Oh, it's a nice amber colour. Oh, yeah, look at that. Doesn't that look just like something you really want on a hot day? A nice quality real ale. 4.1%. Oh. Yeah, it is a gorgeous day. Gorgeous. Oh. Oh. You can taste the Fuggles in that. Yeah, Fuggles hops. And a little bit of Challenger in there as well. The bitterness is coming through. Yeah, I reckon there's a quality English ale, this is. I'm not keen on any of this Eurofizz citrusy stuff that they seem to be producing nowadays. They call it craft ales or American IPA, which is a bit strange, wouldn't it? Because IPA stands for Indian Pale Ale. And what they used to do back in the days of the Raj is they would produce this beer that was really strong. So we're talking probably 20% by volume, really strong beer. And when they get to the other side, so they put it on ships, right? So they brew this strong beer, they put it on ships, and they sail it to India, right? And at the other end, they boil some water, you know, get some nice, good quality water. They boil some water and they mix it with the beer, and they water it down to a bit more of a reasonable strength, because obviously you won't be drinking pints of beer at 20% by volume, 20%. You know, 20 the alcohol strength. They watered it down, so they watered it down to a bit more of a drinkable beer, and that's why it was called Indian Pale Ale, because it was made super strong and thick and black. And when it got to India, they'd water it down so that the soldiers of the Raj could have a nice glass of ale. Now, whether they might have rebrewed it just to sort of give it a bit more life. They could have done. I've rebrewed beer. You go into a supermarket and you buy the cheapest beer you can get your hands on, you know, pence per can, and you put it into a demijohn, which is like a large container, and you put a little bit more sugar in it, chuck in the yeast, you rebrew it, make it stronger, chuck some hops in. So after it's brewed, you put hops directly into the brew, and that's called dry hopping, when you dry hop the beer. Now, with a lot of beers nowadays, the ones that have got really flavoursome hops, that's how they infuse the flavour into the beer. It's called dry hopping. So it's like a tea bag. You put the hops directly in the beer, you leave it in there for, I don't know, a few days, and then you pour it, and it gives you a much more refreshingly hoppy flavour. Yeah. Oh, is that a marsh thistle I can see over there? When I finish this beer, we'll pop over and have a look. No, it's not flowering quite yet, but when it will do, it'll be spectacular. Oh, I can just see the Hawksby Monument on the top of the hill. Should we see if we can zoom in on it? Can you see it? No, I can't see much on this. We're right out. So we zoom in. Bit more. Bit more. Look at that, for a zoom it's incredible. I couldn't see it with the naked eye before, but that is a really good zoom. Spectacular. Right, I'm going to start heading back to civilization, but I've been chatting to loads and loads of locals, keeping my distance obviously, and oh, there's a bit of a hill coming up. I've been keeping my distance and chatting to locals, showing them the spearhead that I've just found, the Saxon spearhead. Oh yeah, so yeah, just chatting to a few locals, you know, getting the feel of the place. You know, eventually I'll probably meet them down the pub and you know, when this is all over, the virus, we can meet in the pub and we can have a chat and just keep showing them finds, saying hello, and eventually what will happen is they will turn around to me and they'll say, I've got a bit of land, do you fancy coming and doing it? And that's how it works, that's how I do it. I'm not too forceful, just a little bit sort of friendly. You've got to be friendly in this game. You've got to be able to approach people, and obviously keeping your distance, and just be friendly, chat, show them your finds, don't force it upon them, just say that you do metal detecting, and in time they will offer you the permissions. Right, I'm going to head back to civilization now, methinks, and it's getting a bit hot, the weather now. It's alright when you're cycling because you get the cool air, but as soon as you stop it's baking. I might have to start putting some suntan lotion on. Ooh. Got some bicycles. Ooh. Yeah, so I'm going to head back to civilization and I've got some more bicycles, they're everywhere. And I'll see you on the next. Cheers!